It's all right. You didn't ruin
Goes
it for
over.
the recording.
Ah.
Oh, and now you're going to be quiet and just make it awkward.
They haven't shut up all night, have they?
Nope.
Supposed to be quiet, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the starting stream. Sing us a tune, Todd.
Nope.
You're no fun.
I'm plenty of fun. Plenty of fun.
Ooh, COVID.
No.
Yeah, whoever coughs to the shit out of me.
I've had it for 3 weeks. It's not the wrong.
Ooh, COVID.
Yeah.
Can you catch it through Zoom? Asking for a friend.
You want me to put my mask on?
Yeah, please.
I do know a couple people's had it though.
Let's see if we got some people watching in the group.
Nobody watches this shit.
Yeah, they do.
I'm serious. Like, I look at the videos and it's like 600 views, and I'm like, yo, I could like fart in this microphone and get 600 views on my page.
Well,
Yeah, but that's just on the
podcast.
That's just on the podcast page. In the group, we have 10,000.
Ooh, in the group. Oh, yes.
The group.
Todd, are you in the group, Todd?
Yeah, of course I'm in the group.
Oh, I just never. I'm surprised because you know would have fun with a lot of people in there. So
I used to until I realized that it collectively made me stupider every fucking time I got.
That's great.
And plus, you know, I don't know if you noticed, there's been some politics going on lately, and I tend to prefer to argue that shit. Plus, it's you're not really allowed to argue when you're 1-8. I'm sorry. In 2017, woo, all the shit got talked, but now. No.
All right, now that we got a couple people on, we'll go to the just chatting screen and get started. So now your faces are live, so quit picking your boogers.
Week 1, I was ready to fucking flame y'all.
Well, we got a few of you on before we actually start recording. I just want to show you that the first highlight on our video this week is that block punt.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy.
We got highlights because we're high dollar podcast over here.
High dollar. Calm down, sir.
Hell yeah. Tell
Calm
you what,
down.
sports host, hashtag, give me money.
All right, waiting for a few people to log on. I guarantee we're not going to see very many Titans fans tonight. Considering also that we had an influx of Colts fans join the group after. I swear people like leave and then the second they win. Anytime somebody wins that hasn't won in a while or they didn't expect to win, you get like the influx of fans that we have to approve coming
You know, Tesmer's asked on there.
Tesmer's consistent.
Shut up, Tesmer.
Let me see. I'll tag him. I'm going to say Tesmer, Donnie, Stingley.
I wish I could see his thing.
You want to see his thing?
I knew you was fixing to say that as soon as I said it. Man,
Yo, like
his comments.
phrasing, bro. Come on.
Man, I remembered who I was talking to.
It's more like Tennessee. Spelled P-E-N-I-S.
Oh, Lord.
S-E-E.
The big old pause.
Tennessee.
Harish has commented, Colts Nation, motherfuckers.
Oh, Lord, Harish. Log Harish in on this thing.
Harish, Donnie's been asking about you all night, so before we go into recording, if you want to jump on here, you're more than welcome. You have the Zoom link. Because Donnie's been asking about you.
Put down that curry.
Donnie's got his pencil and paper. He's going to count how many times I hear number 1 defense. We'll keep up with it.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about hearing that from Chris Jackson. He's a realist.
I know.
The thing is, it's true, though.
Donnie and I have gone back and forth with some
Michael
sarcasm,
Tesmer says
mostly on my
calling
part.
me out. So Michael
Completely
Tesmer
okay
is
with
watching now, Donnie.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
I said Michael Tesmer said calling me out, so he is watching if you want to say hello.
Yeah, shut up, Tesmer.
Is that just like what you say? You just like say that all day?
That's what I say. You know, Testament just blah 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 blah. He'll say the same thing 10 different times.
He said, "I'm on," and Donnie must be wallowing in his tears.
Oh Lord.
Good times.
You look like you're in some kind of a pickup truck, Donnie. Am I close?
I am. I'm in my truck.
All right. You look like one of them fucking Facebook videos. Somebody about to tell me about.
How do you know that? You can't.
Somebody about to tell me about liberty. You look like you're about to be like, and what's wrong with the fucking system is all these goddamn snowflake ass liberals coming out here. Fucking America, you ought to be goddamn happy where you fucking live in the best country on earth, motherfucker. Yeah, sip my beer. Hell yeah. Fucking like, stop signs flying by.
That.
That's funny.
Boonhauser.
America.
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 Oh.
All right, y'all ready to get this ball rolling?
Born
We
ready.
already did.
No. We're live in the group, but we actually record for the podcast that goes on Spotify.
Oh,
Ding dong.
Uh-oh.
Has
Oh,
entered the
Harish is here. Let him in. Turn on your video, Harish.
Where's he at?
new player.
Let me get my pencil. Hold on.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Look at it. Look at
Did
it.
you like Darius
Where's he
Leonard
at?
up in your bitch ass
Where's he at?
for 4 quarters? All up in your bitch ass?
2 quarters. 2 quarters.
He said he wanted to hear you say number 1 defense. He's got a pen and paper.
DeForest Buckner, all up in Tanner Hill's bitch ass? Fucking
Who?
laid his ass out.
Who?
Oh,
Other
you,
various members of our defense up in the aforementioned bitch ass for 4 quarters, sir. 60 minutes, and we won the football game.
in your
Aha.
bitch ass.
Yeah, I believe he's referring to your bitch ass in some fashion.
Look, I'm so glad we got that W because in 2 weeks we're probably going to lose.
Oh, you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
I mean, I said it was going to be a split, right? I didn't think we were going to win this one. This
Didn't
one
we win
because
it?
of the
Didn't
timing.
we win at your place last year?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, we like going to the car dealership, right? It's like we traded in the 2019 W for a 2020 W. So we like traded in every year at specifically your dealership, the one in Nashville.
Sterling,
So I appreciate it.
Sterling commentary.
All right,
Hey,
Harish, we're kicking you off so that way we can get started.
All right, guys, have a good show.
Kick him out.
Have a good
No.
night.
Don't tell me what to
Because
do.
I don't want to be the showstopper, I always steal the show when I come on.
Yeah.
I look stupid.
No,
Yeah, you
man.
do.
Steal,
Yeah, you
stop
do.
the steal.
Number 1 defense, Harish.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm glad you recognize that.
You guys want to be
I
alone?
do
Do you
recognize
guys
that.
want to be alone?
That
Because
was
we can
serious,
start
though. That
another
was
Zoom
serious.
call if you guys want to just like make out.
Oh, no. I don't give a shit. I told Donnie for 10 weeks that our defense was good. He didn't believe me until now. So anyway, y'all have a good show.
All right,
I'll talk to
bye.
y'all later. Peace out.
All right, y'all ready to get started?
On the highlight, it showed the DeAndre Hopkins catch. That was unbelievable.
It was.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to get
And
started?
you got your Skittles. You got your Skittles for it.
I'm a Cardinals fan. Yeah, let's get this going.
All right. Hello, everybody. Now get
Did it
started.
again. Got him.
All right. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I can't even do it. Damn it.
Yes. Harish, this is how you stop the show.
Motherfucker.
With your bitch ass.
Oh, man. All right. Good time. All right.
I'm going to mute it, Sam. Go ahead.
Get that cough out now. All right. Y'all ready? For real? Here we go. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast, sponsored by Sports Host. My name is God damn.
Samantha Wernette. That's your name. Samantha Wernette.
I know, but I'm
Yeah,
like
that Beyonce weed.
anticipating
Fucking her
you
up.
cutting me off the whole time. Oh, okay. Damn it. This has never happened. Damn you, Todd. Okay.
Take 5.
We've all been there. This has never happened before, baby.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Take 6.
Starting again. For real this time. Brave face.
Real words.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in for. God damn.
Do I need to do this for you, Sam? Come on.
It's
You might.
8:30.
Come on.
You might.
Come on. Come on. Belichick mode.
One more again. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast, sponsored by Sports Host. My name is Samantha Wernett. We thank you guys for tuning in this week for the Week 10 recap. First, I'd like to mention our sponsors, Sports Host. Right now, they have an intern program. We ask you guys to join the Sports Host app. You can find all the information on AFC South Fan Battle, as well as you can ask me, Harish, Matt, or Chris about more information. The internship is great, looks great on a resume. Sports Host itself is an app that was built for fans, by fans, for fans all around the world. And right now we're doing a contest. If you join Sports Host and you join the fan battle group within Sports Host and you invite 50 people, send us your badge. We will send you your team shirt. One fan per team. So get to doing that. The contest will end December 1st. So get to getting on the app and inviting people. And once you do and you get to 50, send us your 50. So you can find all the information on the AFC South Fan Battle page, as well as the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page. Without further ado, though, why we are all here. I can't words tonight. Todd messed me up at the beginning of this recording. So representing number 1, who would have seen that coming? The Colts, Chris Jackson.
Julian Blackman, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Just saying.
Representing the saddest fan base for the week, the Titans, Donnie Stinger.
Oh, shut up, Tesmer.
Representing the fellows that are tightly holding on to pictures of DeAndre Hopkins while crying, for the Texans, we have Matthew Briggs.
Hey, I've been saying this all year. I'm a Cardinals fan. So I ain't holding on to pictures. I'm watching.
I haven't heard that.
Well, you haven't been listening then.
I have not heard that.
I mean, I would agree. No one's been listening to you, Matt.
And representing the Jaguars, we have a FedEx boy that can actually deliver, unlike the Titans punter,
No.
Mr. Todd Clary.
Oh.
I did not come up with that. I just want to say, everybody, I did not come up with that. That was completely 100% Sam. I would never say something so egregious. Terrible.
But do you really work at FedEx?
Yes, I do. And I just want to put it out there. There's 32 teams. I will kick. I will kick. I'll place kick. I will punt for $10,000 and a ham sandwich. I don't know what that guy got paid, but I will kick it, and I will kick it further than you've ever seen. I'll kick it 80 yards for $10,000 and a ham sandwich. It's going to be tremendous.
That's more than Texans got.
Billions and billions of kicks.
Billions of yards.
Billions and billions.
Kick
Will it be
all
the greatest
balls.
punt? The greatest punt?
The greatest punt. Maybe some have said the greatest punt ever. I don't know. It was very good. I know that.
Better than the radical left
I mean,
with their punting.
If you just sidebar, okay? If you drag a guy off the back of a FedEx truck and you have him punt, snap it like 20 yards. That way, I don't know, people can't block it. You know, like give the guy a chance. That's all I'm saying.
It was a good 15.
For all my FedEx bros, don't quit your day job.
Well, here's the
actually, no.
aspirations.
If you can make like $100,000 for like to get embarrassed on TV on Sunday, go for it.
I mean, there's girls that do that on OnlyFans for less than that, but
Wow,
it's true.
that was okay.
Oh, my bad.
What?
Sorry.
I don't know anything about OnlyFans because I am not a simp. That's an internet term. In case anybody doesn't know
that's
what
good.
it is.
I'm assuming that. Never mind. Anyways, moving on. Chris is giving me the look. NFL news.
Yeah.
So you guys remember last season that every episode was about Antonio Brown for like the first 10 weeks? Well, we've made it pretty far. I think we've only had one episode where we talked about Antonio Brown, but he's back and he's having problems. So Antonio Brown, I guess before, during his 8-game suspension, something happened with a security camera in a South Florida residential neighborhood where he hit it or vandalized it somehow. And
That
the
was in
guy
Hollywood.
came out and said that he did not report it because he was scared of retaliation. So today the Buccaneers came out and said they're aware of the situation and they've spoken with Mr. Brown. And, if anything comes of it, obviously, whatever. But what? Anybody want to take this?
Well, I mean, at least he didn't rape it. Just saying, it's a step in the right direction, right? Don't you cover your face and laugh, Sam. You laugh. You laugh into that microphone because you are laughing.
My mic on mute.
You laugh into that microphone because that was funny.
That is true. At least he didn't. At least he didn't throw a bag of candy.
He said no white girls 2020. He didn't say nothing about security cameras.
No
So,
white,
you know.
no white cameras. 2020.
Fair game.
More like insecurity camera.
I can't.
It's right there. It's just a pun. It's just the easy pun.
Nope.
Just an easy pun.
Y'all ain't dragging me into that shit.
Oh. Matt, I guess we'll move on. Like, what else can we even say? Matt, you mentioned earlier the story about Andy Reid calling the cops. Go ahead and elaborate on that story.
Well, everybody knows the Chiefs' only loss came from the Raiders in Las Vegas. So that game is in Arrowhead this week. And they got there and they started doing victory laps around Arrowhead Stadium while they were practicing, honking horns. And Andy Reid was very irritated and went full Karen mode and called the cops, saying they're doing victory laps. So
I mean, what were they supposed to do at that point?
Yeah. What are the cops going to do?
I don't know.
Let's be honest. I don't think it had anything to do with the actual Raiders doing any type of laps around or anything. They were probably just blocking an Uber Eats delivery of his. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, Andy Reid seems unbothered except for when it comes to things like double cheeseburgers. And I'm not saying that came from his mouth because he got a double cheeseburger after they won the Super Bowl.
He called the
Don't kill the
move
messenger.
childish. He called the move childish and classless. So
Somebody needs to speak to him about his
Wait,
t-shirt
Raiders
choices
fans
then.
did something childish and classless? That's fake news. No.
Yeah, I've got an Uber delivery coming with a tuna sandwich in there. They're blocking it. They won't let it in.
you gotta wear your face mask.
I got my tuna sub coming. They won't let it by. And I'm hungry and I'm at practice and I need food. And they're just you gotta go get them.
You also need the Waffle House / play calling sheet.
Scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, diced, topped, thrown on the floor, talked dirty to, and make it a triple.
Hold the ghetto fight.
Yeah, right. Side of classless.
Also, DeAndre Baker. Matt or Chris want to elaborate? Chris, we'll let you take it.
So basically, DeAndre Baker was accused with Quentin Dunbar, who is currently of the Seahawks, I believe, right now. They were accused of holding people at a house party hostage. Well, they both were arrested. I think Quentin Dunbar's charges were dropped, but DeAndre Baker was still set to arrive or to appear in court. But apparently, out of an episode of Better Call Saul, the lawyer is now going to be going under, or he's actually been arrested for extortion, which means that DeAndre Baker's case has been dropped altogether.
Yeah, he had 3 pending felonies in this
Yeah.
case, and all 3 of them were dropped. So he is cleared to go back to football. But I doubt anybody will.
That
touch
sounds
that.
sketchy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
And
it's
the
never
lawyer's on
good
the
when
blacklist.
it's never good when something happens not because you were innocent, but because the lawyer was doing something
Right.
shady.
Yeah, because that happens regularly.
OJ. Anyways, I did have in my pre-production notes just to twist the knife on the Texans fans, just because being a Jags fan myself, it's kind of like pushing up from the bottom. So I just like to make other people cry. DeAndre Hopkins had a breakout week with the Cardinals. I just wanted to mention that. That was it. Okay.
He
And
has
then
that news. He has a breakout day every week.
Every week.
That's not news. He's the best receiver in the league.
I don't know about all that.
He's the best. He's the best.
I heard Kyler Murray's up for MVP talks. Heard that? Like number 4. Yeah, I heard that today. Yes.
According to my fantasy,
look at Vegas sides. He's like number 4 on there.
That's my fantasy. That's my fantasy quarterback, and that boy is hooking me up.
Hey, speaking of fantasy, you had one job, and that was to beat Gerald this week, and you failed epically.
I had multiple people off the bench. I don't even care. I'm 7-1. I'm in first place in my paid league. Sorry, I didn't pay attention.
I don't care.
To our free league.
We paid this year.
How many Titans you got on that?
You guys are getting paid for this?
Do you want me to be honest, Donnie, since you're asking?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I have Derrick Henry shitting the bed on me the last 3 weeks. I have A.J. Brown got me 3.10 points in that game against
He
the Colts.
dropped a touchdown.
And I have Jonnu on my freaking bench. That's how many Titans I got.
That's it.
But your boy, I picked him up first, and he is shitting le bed for me.
Oh, that's French. That means the bed.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks for the translation.
I'm up on my froggy talk.
Wait. So, last and final
You don't
NFL
have
news.
a Titans defense.
Hell no. I'm good. I got the Rams defense. Drew Brees, broken ribs on both sides, and a collapsed lung. That's a sad day in New Orleans. That's a sad day.
He's also like Winston. 53, so I mean, if he didn't, that was going to be surprising.
Yeah, but now you got Jameis Winston as your quarterback. Like, how long do they anticipate? How long are you out? Like, has anybody heard how long he's out for? Is that
2
a
or 3 weeks is what I seen. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks. They're hoping.
That's it.
It's Drew Brees, dude. He'll be back in like 30 minutes. Let him go get a po' boy. Fucking go down and get a hurricane. Fucking numb up. He'll be back.
That sounds great, by the way.
They'll just take his non-throwing shoulder and surgically turn that into a lung or some shit.
That's true.
That's what they do.
Or give him gills. Not sure
Something
how
like
that works.
Some shit. I mean, I don't know. Last time he got hurt, Teddy Bridgewater came in and shined. So, Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston. So, as long as he can throw, have a 1-to-3 touchdown to interception ratio, they should be fine. They run the football anyway.
I just worry about him getting like really distracted by all the crab boils in New Orleans.
If he ain't gotten distracted after this long, then he'll be all right.
I don't think he needs to be.
He's been on the bench.
Distracted by free crab legs. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're a Seminoles fan, aren't you, Todd?
You don't have to be a fucking Seminoles fan to say that he stole them, as opposed to them being just around. I just don't think it's an apt comparison. To say that there are a bunch of free crab legs, he probably won't even be enticed by them. It'll just be like, oh, more crab legs, whatever. But if you took them away, he might be like, man, I want some crab legs. And then he would go fucking steal them. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm a Florida State fan. He don't play for Florida State no more, and they're fucking awful.
Yeah.
Sad
True story.
But, whatever. I'm just saying that I think he'll do all right in New Orleans. Just because New Orleans is the kind of team that will play to his strengths, and they'll run the football, and he'll throw it 3 yards at a time, just like Drew Brees does, and they'll win some football games. Saying.
Well, speaking of horrible, that was a good segue. Matt.
Yes.
Texans. Browns.
Oh.
What happened?
Yeah,
But first, I need to ask. There's rumors that you guys might have chosen your head coach.
We hope.
Do you care to elaborate?
They just say that. I mean, there's nothing newsworthy coming out of Houston, so let's make up news. There's no way Romeo Crennel is going to get that job. They're going to interview him because he's been there for 10 years and he's 90 years old, so they don't want to disrespect the AARP carrying, elderly. So I don't see him being there. There's no way. If they want to win, he won't be there.
I don't
They're
know.
doing
It seems to
so
be a
well
pretty
with
solid
him.
rumor.
I mean, it seems like he would just stick with him, right? I mean, like, you know, as soon as Bill O'Brien was gone, all the problems were solved, and Romeo Cornell came in. You guys have just been consistently playing up to your full potential.
The offense is, but I mean, he's a defensive-minded coach, and the
Right. That was sarcasm and rhetorical. Your
Well,
team's awful.
I know, it comes from you, but I'm just saying. I mean, I get it, but no, it's terrible. And
So
the
go
wise
ahead
words
and
of
give us a
Charles
recap.
Barkley.
Give us a recap of that Browns game.
Terrible.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
Both teams were trash. They couldn't move the ball. It was 10-7.
I like your analogy about the trash can. Go ahead.
Yeah, one team was 3 points more trash though.
Right, exactly. It's just the Browns did what every other team in the NFL does, and that's run the ball all over us. I think
Wasn't Chubb back this week?
Yeah, both of them had 100 yards on us.
I thought you were going to say win against the Texans. That would have been probably more accurate.
Right. You're not wrong there, Todd. Look, this is how terrible it was. I turned it off in the third quarter and started playing Tony Hawk. It was disgusting. It was hard to watch. So, yeah. Next.
Wow.
Next.
That's it?
Pass.
But my other team, the Cardinals, they beat the Bills. So
Dude, there's no one gives a fuck about your other team. This is the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. Not the
somebody commented.
I'm in the AFC South when my team is good, and I've got.
They're both from the South. Todd.
I got Deshaun Watson's balls on my chin for four weeks, and now I'm a Cardinals fan playing Tony Hawk. Fuck you.
Look, are you just a Cardinals fan?
He's joking. He's joking because DeAndre Hopkins went there. But somebody did comment. You only lost DeAndre Hopkins and Bill O'Brien, so why are y'all trash now?
Because DeAndre Hopkins was that whole offense.
Well, the offense is, like I said, is top 8 in the NFL, but our defense is garbage. I mean, you can't win the game if you can't stop the other team from scoring and running 300 yards a game on you.
I know that feeling.
That old saying,
There's
defense
a
wins
secret.
championship.
They were always trash, even with Bill O'Brien and DeAndre Hopkins. Not really. Yeah, they were.
Why are you both whispering?
You know, I mean,
I don't want Sam to hear me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm responding to the fans. I didn't hear you.
Oh, excuse me. Let me come down from my throne, where I've been consulting with the fans.
I didn't hear you, peasant.
No one cares about you.
I didn't hear you,
I mean,
peasant.
we could be trash, but I mean, at least we were doing something when the top 2 teams weren't hurt. You know, like the Jaguars did in 17.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for you to get to it.
If the Colts
might be bad, but
I mean, do we?
the Colts or the Texans were not hurt that year, y'all wouldn't have won.
Since we're going back and forth, let's just go ahead and segue. Since you guys decided to do it
Miles
for
Jack
me,
was down.
you decided to do it for me.
You. Fuck you.
Miles Jack was down.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Miles Jack.
You know who else was down?
Was
What
down.
happened in that one game where there was like this much between the fucking
Was
goal
Dyson?
and somebody was,
Oh my goodness.
somebody was also fucking
Yeah, he was
down.
down.
You remember that
He
shit?
was down.
Was it
Allen
Dyson?
is a motherfucker. Unlike Miles Jack,
He was.
mind you,
But that was the game. That was the game further along than y'all got in 2017, right?
No, we got all the way to the
Stop
AFC
living in the
Championship.
past, okay? Stop living in the past.
All right, Todd. Since we
Dance,
segued on
puppets,
over,
dance.
Yes,
Jags Packers
sure.
in Green Bay. It was cold as shit.
Okay.
Couple questions, and then I'll just let you take it. First of all, this is bad. I want to call him Lutton because I just want to say I'm a glutton for Lutton instead of Minshew Mania.
That's just so bad.
I like it. I'm a glutton for Lutton, but it's Luton. But I'm just gonna call
Isn't
him
it Luton?
Or I think it's Luton.
Is it?
It's Luton.
Cheese and garlic Luton.
But I want to call him Luton because I'm a glutton for Luton. I don't know. He doesn't look too bad.
He's looting on the Ritz, man. God damn it.
So
he's looting free. Ha! Whenever he fucking gets hurt or we trade him or he ends up on the practice squad, we're gonna be looting free. Hell yeah.
That's right.
You gave up gluten for Luton.
Yeah, baby.
So to start it out, since we're in the basement and we look like, or since the Jags are in the basement and they look like they're there to stay, plus the fact that, you know, I don't think the Jags played very bad against the Packers, who are a breakout team.
I'm waiting for a question mark.
Fields or Lawrence?
Fields or Lawrence? Fucking crash the car. Oh wait, that's a different meme. Fields or Lawrence? I don't know, man. I've been saying whichever one's available is the answer. Is the easy, obvious answer.
The Keenan Cole punt return is playing on the highlights right now. By the way,
we're not picking first, barring an accidental victory. You know, like the other team succumbs to 35 simultaneous heart attacks. I don't see us picking first. So whichever one's available, obviously, because when you have the second pick, you just pick best available. I'm going to be 100% honest, and I don't watch college football because of the aforementioned loyalty and the sadness that brings. Whatever. It's whichever one. It's such an easy question to answer that it's almost like insulting. Like, which one? Whichever one's there. Like, done. That being said, I have said it consistently for years as I've watched my team pick in the top 5 of every draft since, Methuselah. We built all this draft capital this year, which is a stupid fucking concept. I just think we ought to take all of our picks in the first round and fucking trade them for multiple picks in the second and third, draft a whole goddamn new team, and have them run Oklahoma drills. And whoever doesn't end up with a concussion after day 1 makes it to day 2. And just build a whole new team, because a quarterback is not going to solve our problems.
Now, can I ask you a question? Is Keelan?
You just did.
Well, I have another one.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Keelan Cole looked amazing in that game.
Sure.
Amazing. Yep. It's a 90 what yard punt return?
97 yards. Yep.
So, give us a synopsis of that game. That was a great game, and I will say that it was a really good game.
It was a good game. I'm gonna put it to you this way: it was a good game. Jaguars played a good game. 1 game season, I believe, is the term that our hopefully soon to be fired head coach was using.
Moral victory.
Defense played well. There's no such thing as the thing you just said. Defense played well. Rodgers looked sloppy. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think we shut down Aaron Rodgers. I think it seemed like Aaron Rodgers wasn't 100% in the football game. And I think we did some good things. And the only reason we were in that game with 5 minutes left in the second quarter was because of Keelan Cole's punt return. And then they scored 14 in 5 minutes. We held it in there. And I remember like 2 minutes into the game, we kicked the first field goal. I was like, who are we? We just got to stop. And then we drove down the field, and then we kicked a field goal that went through the uprights. Holy shit, Super Bowl. And then 2 seconds later, came back down to earth and said, this is that thing where it's close until like the third quarter, and then they pull away and we lose, like watching Alabama play fucking football. or watching Duke play basketball. Like it's close, and then the last few minutes they run away with it. We could have won the game, obviously. We had 2 touchdowns called back for holding, one of which was very, very obviously holding. The other one was suspect. Could have won the game for sure, but didn't. And that's the difference between winning football teams. I know that's going to sound really like redundant and stupid, but that's the difference between winning football teams and not winning football teams. Is 24-20. You have the ball, you're driving, and then your quarterback gets fucking sacked 3 times, and you lose. And that's what happened. Because no matter how good the offensive line was all game, when it mattered, they were awful. They were who we thought they were.
They've been that.
But the rest of the game, I mean, looked good. Robinson rushed for over 100 yards again. So I mean, it's safe to say we have a running back. So everybody who was like, "Oh man," oh wait, I'm sorry, that would probably refer to you. "Oh man, we traded away Fournette, or we cut Fournette, so we're tanking."
Are you talking about me?
Hell yeah, I'm talking about you and
No.
98.9% of our fucking fan base who were
No.
like, "Oh, tanks in or tanks on." Oh,
No.
we cut Fournette again. The
No.
world. What are they doing?
I wasn't upset
Yes,
about the
yes.
cutting of Fournette. I was upset that we literally dropped him to waivers and did not get jack shit. Not even
No one was
nothing.
offering anything. No one was offering anything. And what is he doing now?
Nothing.
He had one game where his stats were padded by an 80-yard run. I'm just saying. This is about
saying
James Robinson.
The
This is
Jaguars
not about-
cut my budget with the champions and paid me more than they got for fucking Leonard Fournette, and they didn't give me much money. Okay.
Well, but I mean, so you're winning. I don't know
So
what you're
I'm
complaining
worth
about.
more
Point
than
is,
Leonard Fournette.
I'm speaking. So, oh, look at her face. So you guys can't see her face on the radio, and she's very upset with me. She's giving me this ass face. So, I mean, like, synopsis of the game is that we look good in most of the phases. We had some, we had a couple interceptions that were good. Sidney Jones is a gem. Henderson is slowly becoming mediocre, like slot corner. Even though I know somebody's going to be like, "Well, PFF says that nobody fucking cares. The guy can't fucking tackle." One thing, everybody was like, "Oh, he's the next Ramsey or whatever. He's a lockdown guy." I don't think he's that guy. I think he's good, but I don't think he's that good. And it just once again goes to show, like, I just don't like drafting guys high in the draft right now because, we're not a team that is going to be fixed by one person. We're not a team that's going to be fixed by one quarterback because Luton looked good all game. Except for, he was like 55%, I think, through most of the game. Like he threw a lot of balls away, which is intelligent, but doesn't look good statistically. He looked all right. Like he had 1 interception and, Rodgers had 2, which is unlike him. And I think that's what kept it close. But we don't have a way to finish the game, and it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. If you're down by 4 and you're on the 30-yard line and you've got every opportunity to win and you sack 3 times in a row, I don't give a fuck who you are or who the quarterback is. You lose. That's just the way it works. So that's kind of going back to the whole Lawrence Fields thing. Like I don't buy either of those being the answer. Neither of those. I don't think either of those guys are going to be Patrick Mahomes. And so that's just why you just pick whichever one's available. I doubt that both of them will be available even at 2. So
I think the Jaguars probably gonna win a game or 2. So they probably.
How dare you, sir?
Hey, they're gonna screw up and win
Don't
one.
you
Watch.
put that fucking
They're
evil
going
on
to.
me,
Hey,
Donnie?
they don't have
Don't you
enough
put that
common
evil
sense.
on me?
That's gonna happen. Watch.
No,
I think the
no.
They'll
greatest
win 1 or
thing-
2 games.
No.
The greatest thing for the Jaguars would be to lose out, but only beat the Titans.
That wouldn't
on
be
the
losing out.
Lose out. You can't do both.
I said lose
Jags
out
gonna go
besides
on
the
a 4-game
Titans.
win streak.
Because I find it ironic that the number 1 team
Well,
in the
if they
AFC
do
South
beat
right
the
now
Titans-
was beaten by the
Yeah.
Jaguars on week 1. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So speaking of
Why
that,
do you
since
wanna- what?
Donnie and Chris,
Anyway, bold prediction: we
Oh.
win 7 games in a row. We take the division. Historic collapse in Indianapolis and Houston, and Tennessee and everywhere else. And we go 8-8, take the division and playoffs.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
and then we go into postseason and win the Super Bowl.
Isn't Minshew hurt? Is he hurt right now?
His throwing
His feelings
hand.
How many games he gonna be out? Huh?
I think he was secretly benched. Todd.
I don't think he was injured.
Yeah, same.
Really? Okay.
I think he was silently.
You can't
benched.
hide. You can't hide a broken fucking thumb. You can't hide a big swollen black thumb in the clubhouse for fucking 2 weeks. You can't do that.
I thought he was injured. I was going to ask you who you think they'll go with.
I mean, they say that's the word is that he fractured his thumb and maybe 2 other fingers in his throwing hand, but the talk in the Jaguars community is that he actually was like silently benched.
He was benched.
Yeah.
Where?
I didn't see him on the bench when they played the Texans, but I mean,
Yeah, I know. We were looking. Me and Dylan went to the game. We were looking for him the whole game. We never saw him.
It's hard to see anything through Deshaun Watson's scrotum, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh gosh.
all right, DeAndre Hopkins, sir, not Deshaun Watson. All right, get it.
Whatever.
Get it right. Get it right.
Whatever D insert name. I know the D is the only thing important to you.
Fuck off, Todd. I really hate you.
That's why I'm here. Whatever. Fuck you.
Well, guys, we had a division game this week, and ironically, the Colts took it back. Colts are at number 1. Colts Titans. Titans looked freaking awful, mainly special teams. Donnie, I'm gonna let you start with this one. Give us a quick little synopsis.
Horrible
of the game.
second half.
Give us a quick little synopsis of the game. What went wrong?
First half started off well. Scored the first drive, which they never do, rarely. But the second half, I mean, the defense is just worse than the league. Special teams, worse than the league. Corners playing off 10 yards of line. It just.
But can
just
you
a
even
mess.
blame that game on the offense? I mean, I feel like or on the defense.
The offense have regressed the past couple of weeks. I mean, defense stayed on the field. I don't even know what the time possession was on that game. But yeah, they were out there. They were winded, but
My theory was that
was
they were
bad.
trying to like save Derrick Henry maybe because they run him so much for postseason, just anticipating that they would just automatically win the division. But after that game,
yeah, I'm scared moving forward. Optimistic, but we're going to beat the Colts next time around.
well, Chris, tell us what happened. Hold on, wait, before we go on, as you see that the title of this episode is Week 10 Recap and the FedEx Delivery Boy. So, do you have the story of picking up this punter from FedEx, Donnie? If not, can somebody else tell the story?
I do not have the story.
Chris, do you want to tell the story?
Well, I don't know the story, but I figured it went something like, hey, we need open auditions for a punter. Let's just put out some flyers in random places around here. And one of those places that they dropped off after a Walmart and after Dick's Sporting Goods was FedEx. And then the first guy just answered and said, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to do that. And, you know, we get a block punt and we also get a 17-yard punt that was shanked like a character from Oz.
Todd, that's how you get your ham sandwiches. Is you answer a flyer. That's how you get them.
Fair.
If you know, you know.
So, Chris, give us a synopsis of that game.
We draft our punters in the first round down here. So.
Excuse me, sir. The third round? Third round.
Whatever dumbass round we did it in. It was
Brian Anger came in the third round. Get it right. Not that that's any better. Okay.
Well,
apologist.
The Colts started off a little bit slow in the game, like they've done all year. But before we get into the game, I have to officially apologize to Phillip Rivers because he actually played like a good NFL quarterback. And I've been giving him a lot of hell that he deserved. But this game actually went pretty well. 308 yards. I think Michael
I don't know why you're
Pittman had 8
apologizing.
receptions.
Quarterbacks have fluke games all the time. Look at Blake Bortles.
Well, you know what? You have a lot of PTSD you still have yet to get to deal with. You really have to like reel that shit in because right now it's just like you're hanging on to it.
I can't. I'm trying.
I mean, you know, at the beginning of the season, Gardner Minshew was shotgunning Gatorades, and you were on cloud 9, and now we're talking about Blake
I still
Bortles
am
again.
on cloud 9, but keep going.
You gotta let go of the ghost. You gotta let go of the ghost.
Shut up, Desperate.
But but I mean, let's be honest. It's just like the Colts have traditionally this year got off to very slow starts. If you ask any Titans fans, then it was the block punt that completely doomed them. But if you look at the whole of the game, Colts defense got after Tannehill a lot. Was able to go ahead and sack him or pressure him a lot. On offense, exposed a lot of their defense in the secondary because, I mean, they had pockets that were wide open to the point where Todd probably could have driven his FedEx truck out there, stopped in the middle of the field, grabbed the ball, got in the truck, and got back before D-back just actually was able to get to him. So, I mean, you know, in all phases, you can say that, okay, well, it was a block punt. We'll see you in 2 weeks, which is, of course, what we've heard from Titans fans. But, I mean, it was literally just an execution on all 3 phases.
We actually have a comment from the group from a Titans fan, fresh out of a jar of mayonnaise.
Oh, God.
He said,
oh, God,
I'm a diehard Titan fan. So what and please, Pleas, don't bring up our problems unless you're going to deal with yours. Middle finger emoji. PSA. Steelers going to lose the first game in the playoffs. You heard it here. HEAR, folks. You heard it here, folks.
Does this person know the difference between a public service announcement and a postscript?
No.
No, probably not.
Okay. Just want to make sure we all know our acronyms here.
He also doesn't know the difference between here and here.
Yeah.
So let's also just go ahead and touch on that. I can address the issues that were had because it's what I saw in the actual game, the game that we won 34-17, because of the fact that we literally all saw on a game thread of over 3,000 comments, not including somebody who became a super Karen and went off and blocked everybody, stating that we triggered her. But let's go ahead and just be completely honest. We all saw the game. We all saw block punts. We all saw getting to Tannehill. We all saw the secondary of the Titans giving up over 308 yards. So if we're being completely honest, we see these things. I mean, of course, the Colts have things to work on, but we're talking about the game for the division, for the team that was dominant in the beginning of the year all the way up until now, I guess.
Yeah, if you're going to call your team dominant, you cannot use air quotes. Because
No,
people who are listening to this on iTunes don't see you using air quotes, and you sound all fucking tough. But here in the video, you're like, dominant.
Oh yeah, no, listen, I'll say it in the group. I'll say it in comments because the thing we've heard, and the thing is, I don't always get this riled up. But you know what? Okay, whatever. But
I know, man. You need to calm down. You need to really bring it down. You are all fired up.
Riled up.
I listen. So the thing we've heard the rumblings from when the Titans were 5-0. Then they lost the first one, lost to the Bengals, and then we have this one where, you know, this is for a division. This is a big game. AJ Brown is the best receiver in the league. Tannehill should be in the MVP discussions. Matter of fact, I even heard, expected points added. Who the fuck uses that?
What is that?
No, you tell me. It was by a Titans fan. They said expected points added was one of the things they posted up about the Titans. We're just like, okay, great. What does that mean? And then I was told to Google it. I was told to Google it.
I never heard that.
Did you Google it?
No, I'm not going to waste my time.
I'll do it. You're all wasting my time anyway.
But in the meantime, it's just a lot of things. Now, the thing is, if you speak to any Colts fan, we're going to be completely honest and say we may just go ahead and split with the Titans this year. Okay, that's fair. But at the same time, if we're also being very realistic about what's going on right now, the Titans from the beginning of the year till now, because of the fact that I've watched all the teams in the division, including the Jaguars. Sorry, Todd. But
suck my ass. We beat
you lost to us, so it is what it is.
I mean,
found
yes,
it. I found it.
I stopped paying attention when you said when I listened to Titans fans, and I was like, well, that's where you fucked up. But go ahead.
I got your answer too. Expected points added.
Yeah, what is it?
Points added that they were expected.
Expected points added was created to address the misleading nature of yards gained by putting value down and distance as well as field position. For example, a gain of 5 yards on a third down and 10 and a gain of 5 yards on a third down and 3 will both register as +5 in yards gained.
Oh, so it's useless.
Yes.
So it's useless. Okay, so yeah, so
They're
expected
saying
points
garbage
added,
time. That's basically what it is. It's adjusted.
It's
to
for
say
betting.
That, like, yeah,
It's for
it
betting.
was 3rd and 21, and you guys got 13 yards, and nobody gives a shit about your stupid 13 yards. Kinda
Yeah,
like
it's for
nobody
bet.
gives a shit about
It's
that
for
fucking
betting.
First game that you played because you
Yeah.
fucking lost.
But I mean, but the thing is, if we're talking about the state of teams, it's just like I said at the beginning of the year we'd split with the Titans. After that game, can we still split? Absolutely. But at the same time, it's just like if that Titans team is the same Titans team that shows up in 2 weeks, which isn't the biggest time for turnaround, I don't see them being able to go ahead and even it up at 1-1.
Do you want to hear a fun
I
stat?
get it. What?
The Colts have now won 15 of their last 18 games against the Titans and 20 of their last 24. Since 2002, the Colts are 27-9 versus Tennessee.
Yeah.
This season, they're 0-1 to the Jaguars. That's the most important stat.
That was the Jaguars Super Bowl right there.
We know.
And yeah, if I can just interject, because let's face it, everybody's here to hear me. Remember with the conversation, I'd like for you to pull up the week 3 or week 2 recap, whichever one it was where I got to come on here after our first loss, because I never got to experience a win, which I'm really still salty about. Week 2 or week 3, we had this conversation about Phillip Rivers, and I predicted this. I told you you would be here, where he's like a bad girlfriend, where he like cheats on you and treats you like shit and shits the bed and fucking steals your shit and fucking is a total asshole. And then he'll have that one game where you're like, oh yeah, he's a real deal, baby. Yeah, where he just sucks it so good that you're like, you forget all the problems. And then I know you're making a face, but it's the truth. I'm trying to paint a picture for people. So then next week, when he has a historic collapse and throws 3 interceptions and like has 151 yards and is 17-38, and you guys fucking lose, I just want you to remember, I told you so.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
Todd
you're
would
not
know
saying
from experience,
anything,
obviously.
You're not saying anything that I haven't said. If anything, I've been probably the harshest on Phillip Rivers because honestly, it's just like he's getting $25 million, and we know that his arm power is not there. We know that he is a quarterback that has only been to the playoffs, I believe, 4 times in his illustrious 17-year career. We also know that at this stage, we're not going to have him for more than a year. So he's either bridging the gap for another quarterback, or they're just trying to figure it out on a year-by-year basis by going after these old rentals. So, I mean, if we're being completely honest, it's just like I haven't been that high on Phillip Rivers. Now, the reason why I had to go ahead and just eat that crow on that one was because of the fact that he played lights out in probably the biggest game that we've had this year, being that it was a primetime game, being that it's against a division rival, and being that it's against the Titans, who up to this point have been number 1 in the division for the entire season. So, I mean, it's just like it was him showing up big time in a big stage.
I just want you to know.
Yes.
I told you so.
No, and that's fine because
next week, 17-38, 150 yards, 3 interceptions. He might accidentally throw a touchdown to. It'll be like deflected 4 times in the end zone, and one of your linemen will catch it or some shit, and then like. You're going to be right back. I just want to let you know. I'm just going to ruin this high for you because that's what I'm here to do because I don't get to have anything, so neither do you.
Listen, there's no high. I'm not high on Phillip Rivers. If he comes out,
you're high on victory, and I want you to not be. So.
No, I'm high on victory against the Titans.
I'm aware. We're all. So I'm on the show. I'm listening to you talk. I get that.
That is the only reason why. The thing is, for this game, if it's a game against anybody else doing that, I don't care if it's the freaking Seahawks.
Who y'all
this
play
is the
next
Titans. Huh?
Y'all play the Steelers next week, right?
No, we play Packers this week coming up.
Packers, okay.
Okay.
I think Steelers is in 3 weeks, I believe.
Let's see if you keep it within 4.
I mean,
Doubtful.
Let's see, that's what every team's done against the Titans this year. I mean, they have. That was Rivers' best game of the season, wasn't it?
Not every game. Not every team.
Well, just about.
No,
They
wrong.
put up yards.
Wrong.
They put up yards.
What do you mean wrong?
That was his best game of the year, was it not?
Well, guys, let's
that was his best game this year.
Let's do some quick predictions to wrap. Matt Briggs, who's taking the division?
Colts.
Donnie?
Liar. Titans are. They're going on a 7-game winning streak.
Oh, that's brave.
Gonna happen. Gonna
I
happen.
don't even have a punter.
We'll get one. We'll get one.
You ain't got a punt.
Hey,
You
I know
score
this
on
guy. He
everybody.
also works for FedEx. His name's Todd Clary.
Ready to go. $10,000 and a ham sandwich. I'll kick any ball.
I get a finder's fee, though.
$39.95.
I want 10% of that.
It can't be any worse.
Yeah, it's true.
Todd, who's taking the division?
Jaguars,
Halfway.
8-8. 7 games in a row.
Oh,
7 games in a row. Chris
That's more believable than Titans 7
Chris
games.
Jackson's gonna suffer through Phillip Rivers' ultimate regression. He's gonna choke himself with a bolo by accident, and he'll be out, and they'll have to bring back the brisket, and you all know what that happens with that. As far as the Titans go, they'll probably catch COVID again, I'm hoping, and then they'll fucking have to forfeit like 6 games. And the Texans, the Texans. Wow. All I know is that the Jaguars win 3 more games, they will have a better record than the division leader of the fucking NFC East. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
Aren't they like 3-5-1 and they're the top of the division? I mean, like, what the actual fuck? Like, man, anyway. Jaguars, obviously.
Chris Jackson.
Obviously.
Oh, Colts, regardless. It's not even close.
So
I think the Titans are
the
Titans are
Jaguar
gonna lose.
commentator said the Jaguars. The Titans
Don't
commentator
say it.
said the Titans. The Colts commentator said the Colts. The only one is the Texans, who said the Colts.
That's because he's
What do
drinking.
you
That's
think-
because
what do you
he's
think the
drinking the
Colts
water
record's
down in
gonna be?
Houston.
Only only
Kansas City,
25%. Only
You're right.
25% of our commentators are realistic. That's Matt Briggs.
I mean, I'm very realistic. The
No, you're
Jaguars are going to win
optimistic.
7 in a row.
No, you're optimistic. There's a difference.
No, I don't think you're saying that word right.
Optimism.
Because I'm fucking keeping it real. It's
Hey, maybe they'll sign. Maybe they'll
That's what
sign
that
Bortles.
is?
Maybe they'll just sign Bortles back and let him finish out the season.
Maybe
Listen, you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that shit go.
Tennessee should hire him to punt.
That's true. That's true.
Just let him throw as hard as he can for an interception, huh?
Maybe Derrick Henry should run up and fucking swing his head real hard and fucking punt with that turd he's got hanging off the back of his fucking helmet. 4 ball. Just
Well,
saying.
guys, we thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. We encourage you to jump on the app, Sports Host app, get on there, join your prospective teams, and join the AFC South Fan Battle group. There's over 10,000 of us now. It's growing every day. It's a lot of fun. Crap talking each other, but at the end of the day, we're all pretty close. And I thank you guys for coming on tonight, especially you, Donnie, because you've been sitting in a pickup this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Now the birds
Radio
come out.
can't hear you flipping people off, Todd.
Fuck you. Is that better?
Yes, it will end with that.
Yeah!